Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Dalia and today we're back on LOWTIDE, which is my coastal beach town, working on probably one of the biggest builds I've tried to accomplish in one video in a very long time. I'm smiling, but if you guys could see the tears in my eyes in real life, this was such a big build. Let me show you what we've done. So on stream last week and the week before, we worked on this area, which is this really nice kind of fishing dock, boat dock area, and I kind of screwed up because this is really close to the end of my map on the top left corner. So I was kind of stuck on what to do. So I made this very big cliff. And I'm like, okay, what do I do now? Like, what do I do? Look at all this space. Look, my secret beach is back there. Like, look at all of this space I have to decorate. And you know what? I decorated all today. All of it. So, I hope that you guys are ready for this very, very, very chaotic video. I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, turn on post notifications, all that fun stuff. This was like a week long project. I'm not even joking. I don't know why I'm clapping. This is nothing to clap about. I'm just grateful I got it done. I'm just grateful I got it done. And that I condensed like 3.5 hours of footage into a 20-minute video. I do cut a lot of it out because like half of this is me like terraforming and then like placing sand path and doing stupid things. Nobody cares. Nobody cares to watch me place sand paths, so I don't include that. So we're starting with my beach like road code. Speaking of the road code and all my other codes on this island, I now have my list of my custom designs listed in the description of the video, so feel free to check that out if you are curious about any of the custom designs I'm using on this island. But I downloaded a few additional tiles of this code, including the parking lot designs. Not every part of the parking lot, because your girl is running out of space and I'm trying to save space, so I didn't download all of them, but we made it work with the codes that I downloaded. It looks really good, to be honest. I kind of like the kind of broken up, very like rundown look of this road, and I think using this version of the parking lot is really, really like, I don't know, creative, kind of. I don't know. I made 2 parking lots in this video. Like, that's how much I love parking lots, apparently. I don't know. I like parking lots. On islands like this, it looks good. So I placed an incline, as you guys saw, and I reorganized all of my custom designs, including downloading this new one that I've had saved to use on this island for a while. This is like the sandy beach tile that you see anyone who's done like a tropical island use. It's awesome. There's like 3 different variations of this path. I'm using the more creamy beige because I like how it matches the tones of the island, and I downloaded the entire version of it. Don't know if I'm keeping it, but it looks good for now. Another new custom design I downloaded was this lattice fencing. I knew I was gonna have a lattice fencing some point, and with all the cliffs we had today, I knew it was time to download. One of the reasons this took me such a long time to make is because I need to get so many simple panels and so many fences for this build. By the end of this week, I was so tired of going to treasure islands. I never want to visit a treasure island again.
You sit on a throne of lies.
That is a lie. I'll be probably visiting one tomorrow, but that's not the point. So I'm just making this like little small area like by the parking lot, you know, cute little like kind of transition space, kind of like, you know, like the parking lot by a beach, and then you have like vending machines. You know, I feel like half of my transition areas on this island have vending machines, but you know, I'm just trying to like include different items and new items and like kind of be creative with like my placement of items, if that makes sense. So here's all of those fences I had to get because I'm using them for the corners of my like cliffs, and then here's all those lattice fencing. And what I'm going to be doing with the big cliff that I was running down at the beginning of the video, we're doing a highway build, as you guys could probably tell by the title of the video and by the thumbnail. Cool, cute as heck, but god, it took me so long. And there's so many other aspects of this build that I feel like a highway build doesn't even encompass it, because like we decorate my secret beach and like make this really awesome kind of like transition space with like deck pathing. You guys will see in a second. I basically destroy this entire section of cliff to make this like transition area that you guys are gonna see in a few minutes, and it looks amazing. Like I feel like I'm all over the place with this voiceover because I was all over the place with this build because I kept like going back and forth. This took me 5 days. I'm not exaggerating. Look at all the sand pathing I had to place down. Like, look how much work I put into this build. Oh my god, look at all the sand paths. Look, I did this. This is a different day, both in game and in real life. This is when I started figuring out how I was going to do this road, because it ends in a weird way. So I'm like, you know what, we're going to do the highway like I originally thought. Had to fix the cliff so that it was even on both sides for the, you know, like, so everything looked even on both sides. And then I'm placing this road, which I think this road path is probably one of my favorites I've ever used. It's just so cute. It gives it very like small town beach vibes. It's basically giving me like the Summer I Turned Pretty vibes, because I literally just binge watched the first season of that show and now I'm watching season 2. It's giving me like small town cousins vibes. If you know, you know. You know?
If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. If you know, you know. If you don't know, like, I honestly feel bad for you. Like,
anyway, I put this other incline, and then I decided, you know what? I don't know where I'm putting my campsite. Let's put it here. Let's put it here. And you know what else we can do? Place the sand pathing underneath this campsite. Which, why does it take like 10 tries for me to get this right? Like, why can you only place sand pathing under this one little space at a particular angle, Nintendo? Like, what?
The lid. Almost there.
Anyway, one build I knew I wanted to do on this island since the beginning is a hermit crab beach. I actually gave this idea to another person back when they did their coastal town, and then they executed it using Blather's tent, which I loved. And I'm like, I want to do my own version of it, but something a little bit smaller, because I don't have as much space to make it work for this island. So I did it with my campsite, and we did it with my secret beach, and it's perfect, and I love it. So right now we're doing that transition space, like I said, with the kind of like boardwalk design. I'm placing the water down. I did skip some of it because obviously you guys don't need to see me placing water pathing. And then this is when I realized I wanted to extend the pathing and make it kind of like a boardwalk you walk through from the water. But we go back to decorating that in a second. And I will say I broke up a lot of the decorating portion of this video when it came to placing down items, because I swear to god I used like 400 wheat fields. And about 100 hermit crabs. Okay, maybe not 100 hermit crabs, but definitely like 400 wheat fields. So, I kind of show you right here essentially what I do. So I'm like kind of like sporadically placing a hermit crab and then placing a couple wheat fields. I also use like the rock items, like the garden rocks, basically to make it like really beachy and kind of overgrown. This is meant to be like a beach that someone can visit to like, you know, go fishing or like do like studies for hermit crabs or something. You know, you kind of get the vibe. It's so cute, and I love the hermit crab models, and I needed to use them. So progressively over the video you see more and more hermit crabs and more wheat fields show up. But I didn't bore you with like watching me place them for about an hour, you know.
You're welcome.
Now I'm using the safety railings, and this is kind of like my railing for my transition space. And of course I had to fix my deck because of course nothing is ever, I don't plan my builds, as evident by how long this build took me to do. So I don't measure anything. So of course I had to fix the dock a little bit, and I'm fixing up the safety railings to make sure that they kind of work. I really love using the safety railings as actual like fencing. Did it on my other tropical island, and it just looks really good. I feel like I'm using it in a lot more of a different way on this island than I did with my previous one, and it's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. So kind of match what I did on the other side. I'm placing the fencing down. This is really just to block off my cliffs so you don't see them. And it also makes a really pretty kind of border with my highway up here. So here I am placing probably the only kind of like, I don't know, like vertical form of fencing on this entire island, which is literally just hedges, because I wanted to kind of give it a little bit of an enclosed feel. And then to make it a little bit more like natural looking, I placed some palm trees in kind of like a sporadic order. So it's not too cohesive, it's not too much of a linear build. It kind of gives more of a messy feel, because this is not meant to be a structured island like my tropical city one was. This is meant to be a lot more natural, a lot more freestanding, and a lot more natural feel with how the plants are placed and stuff like that. And then back to this really nice beachy tile. I don't know why I ever hesitated to download it. I think it's because it's a 9-tile path, just with the original part of the pathing. There's more parts to this path. I just didn't download it because I don't have the space. But it's so perfect for transition spaces when you're looking to kind of fill in the space and you don't want to use deck or like plank designs, which like I swear I've used so many times on this island so far. I needed like a change of space, like of pace. There's that other little parking lot I talked about. Like, that makes sense, right? Having 2 tiers of parking lots. I basically just needed to fill in that space and I didn't know what to do. So, parking lot. And then I wanted to fill in this space with a cute like restaurant kind of thing. So I decided to do an ice cream shop, kind of like just like a small little ice cream vendor. With some chairs and tables, very small, very cute, very in theme with the small town tropical vibe, or coastal vibe. And I love the retro ice cream freezer. It's just so cute. So did that, kind of go back and forth between building that and building around here. Planting some weeds, which I'm going to overgrow later. I placed more wheat fields, as you can see. And then I'm starting to decorate with some additional items, some additional codes. Really, this area has come together really nicely for me, but it's kind of like, I just kind of kept getting overwhelmed with the amount of wheat fields I was using, so I kept stepping away from it. And what I'm doing in this particular build is I'm actually decorating the back corner of the map too. So this entire bit of sand goes behind this cliff area, and it's going to go onto the back part of my rocks, which hit the back beach of my island. So that's why I'm also including my secret beach. That's one of the reasons I decided to do the build like this. So as you can see, I placed some sand pathing on the rocks, which I really like because I feel like it gives a nice, like, you know, transition from the original sand to the fake sand. And then wheat fields, tons of wheat fields. I also decided to throw some boats back here too, just because one thing, they take up a ton of space, and 2, it kind of like includes the like fishing element of the space, which I love. Couple more hermit crabs, you know, a few just kind of like, you know, decided to go off on their own and make their own little space. And then I'm throwing down some more wheat fields. Essentially, it's just a lot of wheat fields today. You know, one of my favorite items to decorate with, don't get me wrong, but after like 400, you're kind of sick and tired of seeing them, you know? So I kind of go back and forth between that space and then over here. Because this is my campsite, I wanted to throw a sitting area down, which I do in a couple of minutes. But for right now, I'm just kind of, you know, throwing wheat fields. And the reason I'm using the lighter green, or like the what color would you call that, like a very pale green compared to the more green color one, is because the light green to me looks more like, you know, that type of grass you would see at like a marsh or like a very like wetland kind of space. it gives me that kind of vibe. So I wanted to use that more than the green, although I do incorporate a few of the green wheat fields on this build too. And then a couple of, like, you know, fishing things on the secret beach, keeping it very simple. Once again, I didn't want to make that too messy. I want the focal point of this build to be the hermit crab area itself. And then here's this little sitting area, like I mentioned. Kept it very simple. I was going to do something a little bit more, but I decided to keep it a little bit more minimal. And you'll notice I didn't decorate my beaches on this build. I will be decorating my beaches on this island, but this build was so big already. To be honest, I just got kind of tired. So I feel like for the beaches predominantly, I'll either just be decorating them myself, like off camera, or maybe we can do them on some streams. Which, by the way, if you're not already, feel free to subscribe so you can be a part of the streams that we do on the channel, because I've decorated like 80% of this island so far on stream. This is the first build I've done myself off stream in like a couple of weeks. But this is only the third build I think I've done as a video for this island. Everything's been just regular streams, which has been a lot of fun. But something like this, like with the amount of days it took me to do, I was kind of grateful I did it for a video, because it just, you know, gave me time to kind of like sit with it and think about it, because it's very time consuming to do something like this, you know? So like I said, I didn't bore you guys with a lot of the decorating portions of like placing wheat fields and stuff like that. So as you can see, the areas are starting to grow a little bit more as I place some wheat fields and other items around the space. For this back area, when it comes to like the actual items, I really just decorated it with some trees and flowers towards the end of the video. And then right here, I hate using these items, but the frozen treat set is really the only thing I could think of to decorate the ice cream shop that wasn't like this small ice cream cone you get from Red, but they're too small to place in my opinion. I wish we had like an ice cream sundae kind of item. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. For this back area, I really just kept it very simple with some trees and flowers like I will plant in a couple of seconds, because for a future build, I'm going to be making a kind of like fish and chips restaurant, like right next to the road, further to the right. It's gonna have like a lookout area with like a nice like sitting space, like an outdoor patio kind of vibe. And I didn't want to like go too crazy with the decorating there, just in case I had to destroy anything. So towards the end of the build, I'm kind of just filling in the spaces the best that I can. I made a little sitting area, placed that little angled signpost to indicate that there's like a fishing spot at the bottom of the incline. And the last thing I'm doing, like I said, is just planting some trees and flowers, some white plumera bushes, and really just filling in the space. And I skipped the majority of it because honestly, this took me like an hour to place everything down properly and then to throw more wheat fields down to fill in the space and kind of like finish it off. So like I said, don't want to bore you guys. It's like I bored myself towards the end. I love the way that this build turned out, but let's be honest, it's tiring. And then the last thing I did was throw down some scattered papers with some lobster and crab signs on them, and they're meant to be like flyers for the fish and chip shop. So I threw that down as like a little like kind of like inspiration for the next build. So I'm sitting in the grass because your girl's tired, but I will stand up and we will do our final walkthrough of this build. I hope that you guys enjoyed so far, and let's check out the final very large build for today. Alright, that is everything for today's extremely long video, an extremely big build. What did you guys think? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? I'm kind of obsessed with the way that this area turned out, and I hope that you guys are as well. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, feel free to join the channel as a member if you want to support the content further. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!